Hello, weirdos. Welcome to Let's Talk Live.
Hello.
This is our movie and TV club. We're happy to have you guys here. This is our second official one. I am your Gen Z host for tonight, Trinity Grace.
And I am Danielle Nikki, your Gen X host.
Period. We are going to be talking about an insane Netflix documentary that came out, 2 weeks ago?
Maybe
Y'all. 2 weeks ago. Time is not timing, but everyone's been talking about it. It is about the Taylor Parker Morton case back in 2020. It is a little dark, a lot dark,
yes,
and a little creepy, and we're really just going to detail it for y'all. If y'all haven't seen it,
come back later.
Or we'll tell it for you.
I mean, because we're gonna go deep, we're going scene by scene.
But before we get started, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. And if you're watching later on, make sure to hype the video. Thank you.
Maternal Instinct. We didn't even say the title
yet. We didn't even say
Maternal
the name.
Instinct.
It's called Maternal Instinct. So
we're shocked. I'm sorry. If you've seen it, then you understand what the hell's going on. We're crazy.
It's insane. But before we get started, I wanted to say that trigger warning, we are going to be talking about a lot of sensitive topics here. Unaliving, infant death, things like that. So if that triggers you in any way, please exit. Please maintain your mental health first, and we'll see you on the next one. But
exactly.
Let's dive in. You ready?
All right, chat. We wanted to start with a question.
Yes.
Okay. So what shocked you the most about the documentary?
Probably the fact that the documentary took place 14 months. It was just 14 months.
It was the fastest amount of time. Stuff kept going and going and going.
It was piling,
right?
Y'all. Yeah.
So mine was the fact that so many people brushed off Taylor's behavior because of the proximity to the possibility of money.
Oh, that part.
Right.
We can really dive into that because that's the problematic aspect of this. People did not want to see what was right there because they had the possibility of being set off for the rest of their life. Yeah.
Or even just having a rich friend or a rich cousin or whatever, and then maybe they could benefit from it.
Exactly.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Hey, Jazzy.
Hey, Jazzy.
We see you here early.
Good?
So we're going to get started, but if you want to put the moment that shocked you the most in the documentary in the chat, we will definitely come back to that.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the documentary opens on body cam footage. A cop is driving through DeKalb, Texas. I think I pronounced that correctly. Because Taylor Parker had dialed 911. We heard her voice. She was screaming. She got pulled over because she was driving erratically. And she says that she gave birth to her daughter on the side of the road.
Yes.
She did not. The thing that caught me the most on this thing was her shaking, and she was full panic. On first look, you would probably think that she had given birth to her daughter and she was panicking, but she had the baby on her lap in her arm like this, and she was giving CPR. And she had the umbilical cord still attached to the baby and shoved in her pants.
Yes. And the umbilical cord is still attached to the placenta, which was in her pants.
In her pants.
There was blood everywhere. And obviously, giving birth it's a surgery.
It's messy.
But there was so much blood. And she kept mumbling to herself, "She's all over me."
Did she? So I want to say this. We're going to say some things that maybe weren't mentioned in the documentary because Trinity and I did a deep dive.
A crazy deep dive onto things that were not mentioned in the documentary, which, okay, that makes sense because they had a time limit and there was just so much. Right. But we really want to make sure that we get all the facts right. If we do happen to get a fact wrong, please do not hesitate to correct us in the comments. We want to make sure we get this right. But y'all.
Based on what we found, she kept saying that.
Yes.
Which is shocking.
Who's she?
Who is she? Exactly. But the thing that caught me the most, too, when she was pulled out of the car and put onto the stretcher, her pants did not just gave birth to me.
No.
Those were some clean pants.
Clean pants. It's how do you have blood everywhere but the one place this supposed child came from, right?
Exactly.
And she kept saying, "I need to go to this one hospital."
Specific
hospital that she needed to go to, and that was that. But the thing is, there was a closer hospital.
Yes.
There was a hospital that was maybe like a couple minutes away, but she kept mentioning how she wanted to go to this hospital that was good, Ida Bell, 30 minutes away. Why is that?
Why is that? You have a baby that's not breathing, because she kept saying the baby's not breathing.
Right.
But you're passing a hospital to go to another one?
Exactly.
Because her husband was there.
Husband was there. And the most interesting part is that while all this is happening, and after she got pulled over by this cop and we see the body cam footage, she's literally on 911 still. When she was on 911 speeding down the road, she was like, oh my goodness, I'm about to have a baby. That's crazy. I'm going to help you. The 911 operator's like, that's great. I'll help you. Stay calm. She gets pulled over. She's still on the phone with the 911 operator. And she's like, I had this baby 35 minutes ago.
35 minutes ago.
So, are you just having the baby, or did you have the baby 35 minutes ago?
Exactly.
Now the 911 operator's like, I'm confused about the whole situation.
Right.
What is going on?
And her car was not dirty like she had given birth.
No. Where did all the blood come from?
Yes.
That's our question.
Exactly. So next, they take her to the hospital. She's just at the hospital, right? And the doctors, the nurses, and the police officer, it's a female police officer whose body cam footage, first of all, she's perfect at framing. When she was sitting down when they were doing the interrogation, she made sure that it was front and center. But anyway, they were all whispering that it did not seem as though she had this baby, and she was refusing a vaginal check.
Yes.
Which they do to make sure that you're not hemorrhaging.
Exactly.
There's not problems going on with mom since you just delivered this baby. So that is pretty much where we stop for the opener.
Yes. Crazy opener. We're intrigued at this point. We don't know what's happening.
Exactly.
We don't know if this woman, we're like, why are they so skeptical? Why are they treating her like she's a criminal? What's going on?
Exactly. Then we go into who is Taylor Parker.
Now, I feel like the documentary did not do her life justice.
So I will say this, because in my research, what I did find out is that Texas of course, there's a Freedom of Information Act, the FOIA, that exists. And Texas limited the FOIA on this case after a while.
That's crazy.
So it's a possibility that the producers did not get all the information they needed. Also, there's a possibility that they just had time constraints. They didn't want to do a docuseries. They just wanted to do a documentary.
Right.
And you have limited time and you have to pick and choose.
Right.
But what I'm so happy is that we do have that information and we can give it to y'all.
And we can give you the tea. So let's start in the beginning. Let's start with Taylor Parker Morton's childhood. Take us back to like age 10 or whatever. Okay. She's having issues. Her mom and her aren't really vibing. She's going to school. She's doing her normal thing. She has friends and stuff. Her friends all of a sudden start noticing that she comes up with a new illness, it seems like every day. One day she might come in with crutches, but the funny thing is that she might forget that she has to be ill. So she'll walk around without the crutches, and they're on the side of the classroom, and they're like, wait, I thought you needed crutches. She's like, oh, wait, yeah. And she goes and she picks up the crutches. But then she comes back the next day, no crutches. She doesn't mention it. It never happened.
So just for one day she has crutches.
One day she has crutches. And then she comes the next day, and she's like, oh, my God, I have cancer. Meanwhile, she's like a young child.
She's 10 or 11.
She is a compulsive liar. But they've also mentioned to establish, they wanted to mention that she is a compulsive liar, but she only does it for attention. She wants the attention. She craves the attention. She needs the attention.
And that sets up this entire story, because why else would you do what she did?
That part.
Unless you wanted attention.
Unless you wanted the attention. So she's young. She's coming up with all sorts of excuses. New illnesses every other week, and they're like, whatever, that's just Taylor. She's a liar. But she's a child, and
so everybody just brushes it off like, oh, that's fine. Just the liar Taylor.
Yeah, it's fine. She hasn't hurt anyone. It's fine. She's just lying. We know who she is. Take us to a little older. Let's say about 13, 14. This is when she starts getting obsessed with pregnancy. and pregnant bodies and pregnant women and babies. Because a girl in her school was pregnant.
Okay.
She was obsessed with the way that the men and the boys treated this pregnant girl. And she was like, I like that. That is a special kind of attention that I crave.
Wait, that is fascinating. As the only person at this table who's been pregnant, literally, I can say that you do get a lot of interesting attention. Like people are kind of obsessed with pregnant women.
Yes.
So that's interesting.
She was a teen mother, and she was just getting all this sorts of attention. She's still going to school as normal, but Taylor's like, I like whatever attention she's getting. I guess the fake cancer and the fake crutches wasn't doing it for her. So she said, I like that attention. And so she starts getting into just texting boys, you know, the casual, normal thing. We all started discovering different genders at this time.
Right.
She goes and she texts boys and she's like, I'm pregnant. Did you know I'm pregnant? But the odd part is that she would not send pictures of herself. She'd ask her friends and she'd ask people she know, the girl who was pregnant, for nude pictures of herself so she could send to these teen boys.
To these boys.
Catfishing these boys, trying to convince them that she is pregnant.
What?
Now,
oh my God.
Let's establish at this point that she thought she could make it somewhat believable in some cases, but she didn't want to like actually show her own body because she was insecure.
Right.
Because she was petite when it came to like height. She was about 200 pounds when she was around 13, 14. So she was very insecure about her body. She did not want to do that, but she liked the pregnant body and she liked the weight that was carried around with that. So she'd ask people, hey, give me your nudes. I can send it to this boy. But it's not like she's lying about the fact that what she's going to use the nudes for. She's literally
she's telling them, I'm going
like,
to catfish these boys.
Yes. Give me your nudes. I want to send it to these boys.
Wow.
Insane.
Because she just wanted the attention because these boys didn't go to her school.
I don't know, actually. They may have gone to their school. They may have just been like people she'd met on the internet. Who knows? But she was just texting a whole lot of people saying, hey, I'm pregnant. Let me send you this picture of me pregnant.
Wow.
For what? The thing about all of her lies, it's that they can so easily be proven false.
That part.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like she's thinking about the end goal, like, at all.
No.
She's just like, I have this lie, give me the attention, the sudden burst of adrenaline, and then
that's all she's interested in. So what I saw from the documentary is her old friend Mackenzie, who was there. She said, quote, it's hard to describe Taylor because there's so many aspects to her and her personalities.
Yeah.
So
I think that's an accurate way to put it.
Jeez.
Multiple personalities for sure. Multiple lives for sure.
Absolutely. And she confirmed, loves attention. Her whole mission in life was to be the pretty girl who caught the eye of a guy.
Yes. That was literally her goal.
Ooh,
yes. So I have way more tea, Mom.
I'm ready. I am here for it.
Hold on.
Because this sets us up for the documentary.
Yes, you have to know about her childhood and her life leading up to this point to understand what happened after that point. So take us to early adulthood. She finally starts actually having an actual illness or an actual medical emergency. She had like a cyst on, like, I believe her uterus or something that made it so like she was in pain a lot and there was a lot of like crazy things happening. So they were just like, hey, we have to put her under the knife. We probably had to take the uterus out.
So wait, we are going to get to that.
Wait a minute.
We are going to get there.
But before that, she had a gastric bypass. And if you don't know what that is, if you do not know what that is, that basically the doctors go up in there and they make your stomach smaller so you can't hold as much food.
Right.
So she had this crazy glow up, right?
Yes.
Crazy glow up.
She documented a lot on social media.
But she deleted all of the pictures prior to the gastric bypass. She wanted to be this reborn person, completely reborn person.
Yes.
So that's when she starts making more friends, going into this crazy thing. So she meets this one girl, Caitlin Glass.
Okay.
Caitlin Glass had MS. And if you don't know what MS is, it's basically like when your brain stops telling your nerves and your nerve systems to like operate. So you start having these weird like connections and stuff. So you can't really function. Like motor function is off. You have crazy like tingling nerves and your finger. It's extremely painful. It's basically your brain and your like body parts aren't really connected at that point, and your nerves are going all haywire.
Right.
So she met Caitlin and she befriends her.
Okay.
Super cool, super chill. Caitlin's like, I really like you, Taylor. Why do I like you? Taylor's like, it's because I have MS too.
You're kidding me.
I have MS too.
Oh my God.
And so they become even better friends. And they join this Jeep club that basically the only thing, no problematic people, and own a Jeep.
And own a Jeep.
That is literally it.
She has one of those things.
No, so she literally buys a Jeep. She had none of them.
What?
She buys a Jeep so she can grant access to this group. Oh. And Caitlin's in the group. And so they're in the group together. It's chill. And then Caitlin's like, I started to notice over time, whenever I would relapse with MS, all of a sudden, Taylor would relapse.
You're kidding.
But when Caitlin relapsed, she would be in the hospital for weeks, trying to recover. Taylor would relapse. She'd go in there and get a couple painkillers, and she'd be outro. And she's like, okay, maybe MS affects people differently.
No,
I'm like being too harsh on Taylor.
Right.
No. She just starts noticing these inconsistencies. Yeah. And around the same time, Taylor is being problematic in the Jeep Club. Uh-oh. She's flirting with husbands. She's cheating on her current husband. What is his name? Tommy? Uh-huh. She's married at the time.
Okay.
So she's cheating on him with all the men in the club, and things are getting really, really, really messy. She's flirting with openly married men. She's a mess.
So she got this new body, and she's like, let's do it.
Yeah. But she's faking MS to be friends with Caitlin.
Right.
End goal, we have no idea.
Okay.
No clue.
All right. So if you don't know, Taylor's a hot mess.
And
it's only going to get worse.
Mess, y'all.
Oh, my God. So she meets Wade, right? Because her whole goal in life, like she said, is to be the hot girl that gets the guy. So she meets Wade. They start talking. And almost immediately, she tells everybody that she comes from money. And the money is oil money from her grandparents, right? So she wouldn't say exactly how much she had, but said it was plenty set aside. But she's fighting with her mom to get the money. Her mom is the only reason why she's basically living in poverty and working wherever she's working at that time. Right? So they met in August. By October, she moves in with Wade. She sells everything and moves in. So family members of Wade are like, she didn't have much stuff. She didn't really put a whole lot into storage.
For this heiress of a big oil company.
Right, who has a whole bunch of money set aside.
Exactly.
And so she said that actually it was for protection from her mother. So she doesn't keep a lot of things because her mom can't take it. She has 2 children from Tommy, her relationship with Tommy. And her daughter would stay with her and Wade during the week, but the son almost never came around. And nobody seemed to ask that question, at least in the documentary. Nobody was like, why doesn't she have her children?
Well, guess who asked? Wade's mother.
Connie
asked what was going on. So yes, she had 2 kids from her first husband, Tommy. They were married from 2011 to 2014. Okay. Super chill. He was like, great, I like this chick. Except she was not an heiress to an oil company. She was the heiress to the Morton Salt Company. Oh, do you know the freaking salt bottle with the with the chick and she's got an umbrella?
Umbrella, exactly.
She was the heiress to that company, and that's
where the Morton came from.
And that's the Taylor that Tommy knew.
Got it. All
2 kids with Tommy, but she didn't have custody because she would neglect them all the time. By the time the second child was born, he had a complete infection on his back because he had the same diaper on for 5 days.
5 days?
She would neglect her children constantly.
Oh my God.
And whenever Connie was like, hey, where's your children? What's going on? She would apparently just bring them around, but she wouldn't feed them. She'd cook dinner wouldn't make any for them. They'd go in the room and hang out, and she'd just neglect the children. And literally, or she'd show up to a friend's house, and she'd be like, oh my God, I have to take this call, and bolt and leave the kids there.
And leave the kids there? Okay. So she didn't want the children. She wanted the attention she got from being pregnant. And that's very clear.
Very clear.
So Connie did say in the documentary that Taylor seemed more concerned with Wade than her kids.
Absolutely.
So she was one of those women.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. And only when it was convenient for her did she bring around her actual two children.
So she love bombed Wade. Right. And in the way that worked for Wade, she had dinner waiting when he got home. She went off-roading with him and helped with the hogs. And
the hogs is so weird. I'm not even going to lie to you.
You know what I mean? Like, she did all the things that worked for him, and that was love bombing. And so he just kind of, if you watch the doc, you saw that Wade was just like, okay. Like, he was just a guy who was just going with the punches. Yeah. I don't feel like he made any decisions.
No.
Period. Right? So Wade has a friend named Cody. So Cody was probably my favorite person. Cody and his wife, Stephanie.
Yeah.
They were the best. But basically Cody said that Wade was telling him that they'd be set once they got the money and all that stuff. And then Taylor comes and says, the money, I know exactly how much it's going to be. It's actually going to be $8 million.
$8 million.
And that's in November when they revealed that it was going to be $8 million. And oh my God, the word spread in the little town, the word spread in their family. Everybody was very excited. They actually invited her over for Christmas that year, and she was standing in the middle of the room, just detailing about all the things they were going to buy and all the things they were going to do. They bought an $87,000 truck, a tractor, a side-by-side, and I'm sorry, I'm not country. I had to look that up. That is an off-road vehicle.
I was like, what's a side-by-side?
Because they kept saying that they're like a side-by-side, and I was like, what is
like
that?
Like a four-wheeler?
Yes. Yeah, so you sit side-by-side. Sorry, I'm a city girl. Sorry.
Literally.
And also, Taylor gave Connie, Wade's mom, a Nissan Altima. A brand new Nissan Altima, surprised her with it. Here you go. There's a picture on Facebook. It's all great. But Wade really wanted a ranch, Pecan Point, and she said she'd buy it for them, and they made an offer for $4 million on this ranch. Right. And so this is all the stuff that Taylor was talking about at the Christmas party. There's a whole video. She is just really soaking up the attention. His cousins and brothers or whatever are sitting on the couch, and everybody's just kind of like, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
You know? Attention, give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
She craved it. Because that's not how you announce that you're going to buy property.
Right.
You sit everyone down and you're like, listen to me talk about this thing that I'm going to buy.
I got 100 acres and I got this and I got that and there's like pecans there. And blah,
the
blah,
crazy
blah.
part is that she's surrounded by broke people. Like, are you kidding?
Literally.
You really just going to be like, hey, I'm going to buy this like 100-acre place. I can afford it. Oh my God, be happy for me. When these people are struggling.
Because Wade was struggling. He was like a roofer or something, and he sold hogs on the side and had all these side hustles. And so it was interesting to see her in her element.
Yeah.
They're soaking that up.
Yeah.
And so also this is when the good stuff ended. This is when things started going downhill for her.
Definitely.
So after 3 weeks, Connie's car was recalled. Taylor calls her and is like, hey, just put the car in the driveway. They're going to come pick it up. And she's like, what? It's been recalled. But turns out it was repossessed.
Yeah.
Because she literally never made a payment on it.
Girl, again, her lies have a harsh end to it. You know, it's not like you can continue or elongate this lie. She knows it's going to end, and
she doesn't
that
care.
doesn't stop her from lying.
No, it's almost as if it is literally just one step in front of her. That's all that matters.
That's it.
And so if she gives her the car, she gets the attention from that in that hype in the moment, and then she forgets about it and she moves on.
Yeah,
which is really fascinating to me. So they make this offer on Pecan Point for $4 million. The realtors are like, that's great. We need to verify funds, okay? Because this is a huge property. You look super cute dressed in your jeans and stuff, but we need to make sure that you can afford this.
Right.
So they, Taylor gives them the name Shelly Links, right? She says he's her business manager, basically. She oversaw all the oil money and gave him a card. You just contact her. They could never get a hold of her. They called, they texted, they emailed. She never called back until she sent them an email, ripping them a new one, talking about, my client doesn't want to verify this information. You do not have access to her money and this and that. And they're like, we just need to make sure the money's in there.
It's there.
Right. So then she comes up with a new story, Miss Taylor, and she says her Uncle Butch is going to write them a check or wire them $300,000 so she can make the down payment on the house. That also didn't happen.
I wonder why.
Exactly. So they're talking to Wade on the documentary, and he's like super overwhelmed with how fast everything is moving because it's literally like December, and they met in August. And but after the money wasn't coming in, he stopped being so nice to her and so accommodating. And all of a sudden, Taylor is calling her friend Stephanie, who's Cade's wife. His name is Cade, right? Oh, Cody, excuse me. Cody's wife. And it's like, we're fighting all the time. I think he's going to leave me. He's treating me differently more. And she's stressing that he's going to leave. And so in my head, this is exactly the moment where she decides she wants to baby trap him.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Because he is walking away. What do I do to keep him here with me?
I don't know. I have no idea. Should we go to the chat for a second before we keep going?
Yes, because this is when it gets real, y'all.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How are we doing?
Yes, we are really live right now.
Absolute insanity. No, literally.
So this woman has serious mental illness. Doesn't excuse her actions, but I don't remember that being discussed or there being a diagnosis mentioned. Not that I could see either. What I did see is that a lot of psychotherapists online were like, we didn't treat her. From what we saw, this looks like a personality disorder.
Absolutely.
Not a mental illness.
I can say that I definitely have insight on that when we get to near the end of the story.
Okay.
Experts were brought in
On the court.
about this situation, and I can tell you what they said, but
Yes, we will get there.
finally made it to alive. Yes,
Welcome.
Hello. Oh, I
man.
love it. All the first timers, welcome.
I know.
Because I know this is a little late for us. It's 8 p.m. for us.
Right.
But also let us know where you're watching from,
Exactly.
too. Since you guys are first time watchers. Hi.
Please let us know. And then also, everybody else can watch it tomorrow and keep these comments coming because
Please.
I'm fascinated by this case.
Fascinating.
All right. So there was a neighbor who lived across the street. So I loved her. She worked from home and she was nosy as fuck.
I mean, you need one. You need one.
I mean, she lived directly across the street and they kept going to her and she was like, that's not what I saw. Basically, like she looked like this and she looked like that. But this neighbor witnessed how desperate Taylor was acting towards Wade and how detached he seemed. And so that gives us our timeline.
Yeah, I think it's good to add that he literally was like, I don't know how I feel about this relationship with Taylor. And they mentioned in the documentary how he would go to his family friends and everyone would be like, dude, you caught a good one. If you just hang in there, then maybe. It was always maybe.
Right. Like she's cool, you like her, but also it's
also
the money.
That part. So that was constantly in his head. And so he was like, okay, I'll just stick it out.
Yes. Yeah. I think obviously Taylor is the one to blame here, but I feel like some other people should feel a little responsibility. Just personally, like I know if I was involved, I would feel a little guilty if I was constantly pushing Wade towards her because of where everything went. And several of her family, his family members and friends said that at the end. They were just like, ugh, I know I'm not responsible, but I feel guilty for pushing him towards her.
Yeah, that's fair.
So then Taylor comes back and says she's pregnant. She goes to visit one of Wade's friends. She's like a masseuse, I think.
Yeah.
And she tells her, I think I'm pregnant. And she says, how do you know? And she said, quote, I looked in the mirror and my aura has changed.
Goodbye. Goodbye. And I did some research or whatever, and people were like, your aura when you're pregnant turns like silver or something, or gold or something like that. And she was like, she saw that her aura turned silver and she's pregnant. It's like, goodbye.
No, she did that research as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Goodbye.
So she goes to the doctor and she comes back with paperwork confirming that she's pregnant. Okay. So all of a sudden, Wade feels super obligated. He seems like a decent guy. And he's just like, all right, I'm not really feeling her. He says in the doc he never loved her, but the money did help him with that.
Oh,
yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
I get he's struggling, but the struggle, man, gets you to just stick through some crazy toxic situations. You know what I mean?
Because the money will always make it better, which it will not.
It won't.
How many miserable billionaires are there out there?
That part. Yeah.
All right. So this is March 2020. We're going to jump ahead.
Okay.
And it's 6 months until her due date.
Okay.
And this is the gender reveal party. This is the most sad, pathetic looking gender reveal party I've ever seen
in my life.
Oh my God. So it was like heifers and whatever you call
it's like
white
what?
cows. I don't know. But it was like they're gonna come around the corner, and if it's a girl, it's gonna be a heifer, and she's gonna have pink around the neck.
Yeah.
So apparently Taylor's dad was there and walked the cow out with her 2 children.
2 children were present.
Yes, and nobody looked excited to be there except for Taylor. She was all excited. She had this small little baby bump, and then Stephanie, who's Cody's wife, was like, okay. So when they were prepping and planning for this party, Taylor was like, okay, here's the document from my hospital that says what the gender is so you can plan this party, right? So Stephanie looks at it and it says it's a girl. And then she looks at the date and it's 2016.
2016.
So you remember I said it's 2020, right?
Right.
So what baby is this?
Right.
And she calls Taylor and she was like, hey, this document says 2016. She said, oh, this must be a problem. Hold on, don't worry about it. And like 30 seconds later, she sends her an updated version. And she's like, the doctor said they were having all sorts of problems with it, but don't worry. The gender, whatever the gender says, is correct.
So you called your doctor. You got off the phone with her. You called your doctor, said, what's going on with my thing? They explained what was going on. They sent you a new one, and you called her back all within 30 seconds.
Within about 30 seconds. That's what Stephanie said.
Be for real.
Be so for real.
You literally.
So that, I think, was because people had been a little suspect of her for a second, but I think this is when Stephanie really was like, I don't trust this bitch.
Literally.
Because everything we saw of her from this moment, she was like sleuthing. Okay, she was on it. But her old friend Mackenzie, let's go back to her high school friend Mackenzie, reveals to us that there's no way Taylor could be pregnant because she had a hysterectomy.
Yes. Time for me to cut it.
Okay. Come on back. Come on back.
Okay, so I kind of spoiled it at the beginning. I'm so sorry about that. But not long after she had her gastric bypass, she got a hysterectomy. And it was very traumatic for her. She just had 2 kids. She was with, who was she with at this point? Tommy, I believe. Yeah, I believe she was with Tommy, and she gets divorced from Tommy. And literally, 11 days after she got divorced from Tommy, she got married to her new husband, Hunter Parker.
Oh.
11 days.
Wow.
Quick with it, huh?
Yes.
She wasn't with him long at all. She divorces him, and then literally maybe a couple months later, she meets Wade.
Wow.
So she's just like a traveler.
Just moving on, right?
Things do not work out for her. But literally, her 2 kids are with Tommy, right? We mentioned that the 2 kids were at the gender reveal party. So the kids are like, oh my God, we're so happy. We're about to be older siblings. We're about to have a younger sister. This is so exciting. She doesn't have custody, so she sends them back over to Tommy, right? They go home, and the kids are like, oh my God, we're about to be, older siblings. And Tommy's like, huh? What are you talking about? What's going on? And they're like, Mommy's pregnant. And he's like, no, she's not. And they showed him the pictures and the gender reveal pictures and the little what is it called? Sonogram that they had. And Tommy's like, I'm so confused. And so he sits down with the kids and he's like, kids, it's not possible. She had a hysterectomy.
Right.
But literally the thing about this chick, Taylor, she loves attention. So she's posting it all over Facebook.
This is a tiny ass town, y'all.
All over Facebook. Do you want to mention this next part about the doctors, or should I?
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
the HIPAA laws suck.
No, they're good.
In cases like this, they really suck.
They tie their hands.
Yes. So she, like, there's a lot of people that know that she had a hysterectomy. Her old friends, Tommy, now her kids, including the doctors that operated on her way back when. And so they see these posts of Taylor claiming that she's pregnant, and they're like, hey, isn't this the same Taylor that we literally took her uterus? Like
she had fibroids on there, and
last time I remember, she don't have that part anymore. And you literally cannot have a baby without it, because the uterus is a little incubator for the baby. So if you don't have the little incubator, you can't have kids.
No baby.
But they are tied by HIPAA laws, so they literally cannot say anything. And so eventually they start getting calls, and literally all they can say is, trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
It's right.
Yeah. If you're feeling something, trust your gut.
Excuse me?
Lord, these little ass towns, man.
Little towns.
Yes, Stephanie, Cody's wife, called.
Stephanie she's the one who really kind of moved this forward. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of things probably wouldn't have happened if she didn't like dig deeper.
Kept digging.
Yes.
She didn't care.
Yes.
So one thing I wanted to talk about is on the documentary, there were several Google searches that they found were true Google searches from the case, the court case. Okay. So the first Google search they showed is fake ultrasound. Yeah. Why does this exist? Why can you buy a fake ultrasound? They showed it. You can put your name there. You can put the hospital and the date in there and everything. And so she had fake ultrasounds that she was showing people for this baby.
Yes.
That shouldn't exist.
That shouldn't exist. They also mentioned in the trial, she researched fake pregnancy bump. And what came up was this crazy website that I still believe exists.
Wow.
I think it's called fakeababy.com. Something crazy like that. Hold on. If someone could search it up and verify if it's real for me. Fake a baby or fake a pregnancy or something like that. It'll pop right up and you can. Did you find it? Yes.
Oh, she found it. Oh my goodness.
It's fakeababy.com and you can go on there. You can buy your fake pregnancy bumps. You can buy your fake ultrasounds. You can buy anything that'll help you fake a pregnancy. Fake blood. Anything that you need to fake a pregnancy. And on their website, it mentions that the only reason that they have this website is to catch cheaters, prank people. But they know good and well that people are going to use this to literally trick people the way Taylor did.
Exactly. There's a lot of things that shouldn't exist. This is one of them. Because what? I understand why certain fake bumps, I mean, we work in TV and movies. You got to have a fake bump every once in a while, but they just being available to the public is crazy to me. Insane. And a sonogram, why would you get an ultrasound? Why would you need that?
Thank you.
Okay.
Literally, why does it why does it exist? I have no idea, Mama.
So they go back to Mackenzie, her childhood friend. And aside from the MS situation with that one lady, Mackenzie got pregnant and she was super happy because she and Taylor had a proper codependent relationship. They had a very tight relationship. So Taylor was like, oh my God, you're pregnant? Basically, I'm pregnant. She was so excited for her. And Mackenzie didn't see anything wrong because of their codependency until Taylor came to her and asked for access to her her pregnancy tracking app. She was like, why would you need access to that? No.
That part.
And it's kind of like something switched in her brain and saw that she was being she was latching onto her and she was trying to live vicariously through her or something. And so that was the split of that relationship.
Yeah.
All right. So Stephanie, back to Miss Stephanie, our detective.
Writer, honestly.
She did some research at the clinic who supplied the document. Yes, and she's the one who they said, go with your gut. And Stephanie goes to Connie, who is Wade's mom, and tells her everything she knows. And the two of them start putting things together.
Oh, man.
Right? And so one thing I learned from a podcast was that Connie tried to hire a PI on Taylor early in their relationship because she just didn't trust her. And the information that you found out wasn't readily available. So she wanted to know who this woman was.
Right.
And apparently Wade found out and didn't talk to his mom for a few months.
What?
Yeah.
Wade.
I know.
Wade.
Because he was upset because every time family or anybody else said anything negative about Taylor, she'd be like, they're coming for me. My mom is behind this. My mom got in their head. Don't let them do this to me. And so Wade sided with who he thought was the mother of his children or his future child.
Dang, Wade.
I know.
Ugh.
So that kind of scared Connie. And I just wanted to set that up because later I think that that's going to be important. But also the family, specifically Connie, started getting weird text messages and emails. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Just threatening and saying that Taylor was this and Taylor was that. And it turned out that that was from Taylor's mom. Apparently,
mom.
You know, she was going out of her way to ruin my life. Mm-hmm.
And she had all these crazy connections. She apparently knew everybody at the police station.
Everybody.
Like,
oh my God. So, but that's when Taylor called the realtors for that huge property and backed out of the deal. She said, my mom is ruining things for me. She's not going to release this money like I thought she was, so I can't actually get this property. Mm-hmm. So that's how she got out of the real estate deal. Mm-hmm. Super smart if you think about it. You set it up, you get people hooked, and then you drop it out. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? It's not my fault.
It's not my fault.
This woman is out to get me.
Yeah. We've never met her. All we know is what she's told us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this part really, really upset me too when they talked to her coworker, her old coworker at that office.
Yeah.
And so this woman seemed really, really sweet. She befriended Taylor because this woman lost a child at birth to brain damage. And Taylor tells her, oh my God, I lost my child at birth to brain damage too.
It's giving Caitlin with MS.
Exactly. And so they bonded because of that trauma. And this woman cried on the documentary because she's like, when I found out that she didn't actually have a child who died that way, she was so hurt and so just like betrayed.
Why do you lie about that?
What is the point?
That part.
Does she have no personality whatsoever that she has to like mimic people to be able to make friends?
Yeah, she's a sponge. She literally picks up whatever she can because she doesn't know how to do like existence.
Period. Like, what's wrong with her?
Yeah.
Because I watched this with your dad, okay? And as soon as it ended, I turned to him, I said, look, like literally, what is wrong with her?
What is wrong with her?
Like, there is something wrong. I'm sure it's hard to pronounce, like that guy said on the insults.
No.
Because there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody does this just to do this.
Exactly. With no end goal in sight either.
Mm-hmm. So around this time is when Taylor started her photography business. Okay, so in September 2019, she meets Reagan, and she shoots her wedding and her bachelorette party, I believe. There was another party before that she shot. So Reagan seemed like a lovely human being, and she included Taylor in everything to the point, like Taylor kind of ingratiated herself in it.
Yeah.
But like she went to the after parties, like she was there for the whole wedding, and everybody was really, really happy with her work. So it's not like she did shoddy work. They actually liked it. And then after that, we have another Google search. Order cheap silicone pregnant belly.
Goodbye.
Mm-hmm. That's probably where Fake a Baby
came in clutch for Taylor. I swear to God.
So Taylor's showing Connie, Wade's mom, said that the belly always seemed a little off to her. Mm. So all you got to do is ask a woman who's had a baby in her belly, like what it looks like, maybe even their partner, because they get to see it. But she said she didn't show as much as she should. Sometimes she showed a little too much, and it seemed like from day to day, her belly looked different.
Right.
But always on social media, she was always posting this belly. And if you remember, there's a video of her that she posted on social of the baby kicking. Mm-hmm. And she even did that face to face with people. She let them touch her belly, and she made her stomach kick.
Mm. Side note, you can get movable pregnancy bellies on Fake a Baby.
No. I was wondering how she did that.
You can get little operations on Find a Baby or Fake a Baby.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Like they have everything you need and able to fake a pregnancy. And I wish I was joking.
Oh my God. I'm like my mind is blown because she didn't tell me all the backstory here. So I'm getting it with y'all. Whoa. So we are in the throes of COVID at this time. So whenever she went to a doctor's appointment, Wade couldn't go in with her. So she would go to the doctor. He would wait out in the car. She'd come back and relay information. And also, even though she had a fake belly, I was like, why couldn't Wade figure that out? Apparently, they didn't have sex for 5 months.
Right. She would not change in front of him. None of that. She just said that she was insecure about her body and her stretch marks, and he said, fine, I'm not going to push you.
Because he didn't like her anyway.
Literally, that part. And he's also genuinely a nice guy.
Yes.
He's just like, this is my first time. You've had 2 kids before. I'm going to roll with what you roll with. We're good.
Exactly. So now we jump ahead to August 2020. They have been together 1 year only. All of this has happened in 1 year. And she is 1 month away from her due date. Okay. And that's when she gets her maternity shots done.
Beautiful, actually.
They were actually really pretty.
Yeah.
And the lady who did them, like, she specializes in, country shots and stuff. I have a problem. I like to, mimic people's voices. I have to stop myself.
Yeah, you said country shots.
Because I just want to talk country. Clancy Gale. That was the name of their future baby, the fake baby. Clancy Gale.
And it was an interesting name, but apparently Wade had Clancy on his mind for forever.
He really loved the name Clancy. His mama did not like it.
Yeah, she said, that's a new one
She's
for me.
Like, that's interesting. But Mackenzie, the old childhood friend, reached out to Stephanie, right, our detective, and she told her that Taylor absolutely could not be pregnant because she had a hysterectomy, right? So everybody who knew in the circle, because she told Connie, figured that eventually they would hear about a fake miscarriage. They just assumed, like, she's going to get to this point where she can't hold it anymore. There's not going to be a baby, so she's going to be a miscarriage.
Right.
Never came, right? They finally went to Wade with this information, again, with renewed information, and he started defending.
Yeah.
He kept defending.
Yeah.
And so... this is when stuff gets really, really dark.
Yeah, because this is around the time she starts panicking.
Yeah, I want everybody to lock in. All right, it's been kind of lighthearted up to this point, and that's exactly how you watch the documentary.
Exactly.
You don't know.
You have no clue.
But then it comes, so let's lock in.
Oh, yeah.
The next parts of this story is when the trigger warnings get really triggery. So, again, if you feel uncomfortable with that, please come back and just be prepared.
Absolutely. So at this point, Taylor is really latching on to Reagan, the bride that she did her photo shoots for. So Reagan is pregnant currently. I think she's 7 months pregnant with her second child.
Her due date was November 10th, and I believe Taylor's was what, August?
It was August
30th or something like that, right?
Yes, the end of August, something like that. And so she's super excited. Reagan is, like I said, from everything we saw, she seemed like such a lovely, bubbly human being. And so Taylor goes to Reagan and is like, everybody is talking shit about me. They are accusing me of not being pregnant. Like, she told her. And Reagan was defending her because she was like, I mean, you can't say friend. They're more like acquaintances. But she saw another pregnant mother struggling. Yeah. And so she kind of opened up her arms for her and tried to help her in any way that she could.
Okay, so I can get into more about what she did in this time when her pregnancy was getting really, really close and her pattern of escalation with her panic. And
please do.
So it's getting close. People are obviously expecting her to pull a miscarriage because what is she going to do? She's obviously lying.
Right.
So she starts researching certain things like C-sections, home births, intact placentas, things like that. Her YouTube history is insane.
Yes.
She also pulls up to a clinic, and she goes inside and she has an appointment. And she's like, it's okay. I can give you like a sonogram or something like that. We can like help you out just to calm you down. This is what the nurse is saying. And she's like, never mind, cancel my appointment. I don't want to do that. And she's like, okay, fine. That's weird.
Right.
The nurse said that no mother she's ever met like doesn't want to get a sonogram because they want to see their baby. If it makes them nervous having a child, seeing them alive calms them down usually.
Exactly. But
not for
she
Taylor.
Didn't want it.
Nope. She leaves the clinic, but she sits on the bench right outside the clinic. And what she does is she sits there for 2 hours, scrolling on her phone. Mm-hmm. And people were like, okay, maybe she doesn't want to drive right now. Maybe she's a little nervous. No. What she ended up doing was researching the license plates and home addresses of all the moms walking in and out of the clinic.
I need you to pause right there because we need to... That's not in the doc. This is research that from outside. But yes, she sat there for a long time watching the moms go in and out.
In and out.
And researching these women.
Exactly. She would automatically not research them if they pulled up with their husband or boyfriend, if they pulled up with a big family. She said, not worth it. If someone came in alone, license plate, home address. She'd make small talk. She'd try to figure out more about them, where they lived, their life situation. And she did that for 2 hours.
Amazing.
2 hours.
Amazing. So Connie knew what was going on with the hysterectomy, but I wanted to mention that she did not push it because she was afraid she would lose access to her grandbabies. So Taylor's kids that she got to spend time with. And so that goes back to when Wade cut her off for a few months. And so now everybody is kind of like, we know that she's lying, but we don't want to do anything about it. And then Wade is drinking the Kool-Aid for the moment.
Because one, this is a difficult situation because this is the mother of my soon-to-be child. I'm having a child with this woman.
Yeah.
I am about to become a dad. This is something that he wanted, mind you. He wanted to become a dad. So
he did.
Of course he's going to want to believe that he's going to get that wish eventually, right?
Absolutely, because it's no longer the money. Now it's the child.
It's the child.
Exactly. So what they did do and what Stephanie did do is contact the local hospitals and clinics and put them on code pink, which is the code for just be careful a child might get stolen or harmed, because they thought that she'd try to steal a newborn baby from the hospital.
Right.
That's what the clinic said.
They did not know what her plan was, but they wanted to cover all bases just in case.
So she is now 10 months pregnant.
Which... not possible.
No. She is 13 days after her due date. So that is, it's possible to be late. People are a little suspicious, but she is not presenting as someone who has a baby in their stomach for a really, really long time. You are uncomfortable.
That part.
Yeah.
Remember the neighbor, the nosy neighbor?
Yes.
Taking photos and being like, this is the woman who's supposedly 10 months pregnant, right? She's providing all the tea in this situation.
Because she is nosy, and she took some really great shots because her stomach was very small. And when you have multiple children, your belly tends to get bigger with each child. But she looked maybe 4 months pregnant in those pictures, but she was 10 months pregnant. So she was scheduled to deliver the baby 13 days after the due date. And then Wade woke up one morning to his house on fire.
Yes, that was on October 5th. Let's give
October 5th.
His house was on fire. And the only person that was awake was Taylor.
Exactly. So the documentary doesn't go into it, but I saw later that it was ruled arson. It was started with a lighter underneath his house. But he was able to put it out himself. I don't believe he had to call the fire department.
Nope.
But that put things off. So then she was supposed to go to the doctor again to deliver this baby. But magically, a bomb threat was called into the hospital.
The exact hospital that she was supposed to go to.
Yeah.
To get induced.
And a male voice, they have the 911 call, a male voice called in and reported a bomb threat. Exactly. So that's another one. So Taylor's getting really stressed, panicking because she knows she does not have a baby and this lie is coming to head. And she's quoted as saying, "I'm going to show everyone that I'm pregnant. I'm bringing a kid home."
Yes. That was October 6th.
October 6th. And that she said that to Wade because he confronted her.
Yes, because he demanded proof of pregnancy. At this point, he's getting like, hey, no one's ever been 10 months pregnant.
Right.
His mom, his friends, everyone's like, wait, open your eyes. So he goes and he confronts her and she says that.
So then the documentary does Google search. Okay, the search, how to find a birth mother. Then she goes to Facebook and searches up Reagan. Then a Google search, a video of C-section.
Yes. October 7th, she reaches out to Reagan through Facebook. And they go and they get Starbucks.
Yep, they get Starbucks. They hang out. She tells Reagan that she's supposed to be induced the next day. She is currently 15 days past her due date. Then October 9th, at 17 days after the due date, this is the day.
The day.
Right. So Wade and Taylor were supposed to get up early and go sell hogs, then go to Idabel, which is the hospital that she wanted to go to have the baby. When they got up early that morning, Taylor decides she's not feeling well. She wants to stay back. She does not want to go sell these hogs. It's a 4.5-hour drive to get where they're supposed to sell them. So she tells Wade to go off alone on his own to go do it. He's a little frustrated. He seems like a this is the plan kind of guy, but he says whatever, and he leaves. There's footage of him at a gas station down the street filling up his truck. He's got like 100 hogs or something with him. So then he gets the 4.5 hours away to the guy who's supposed to buy the hogs, and the guy's like, I didn't order any hogs. She had used a burner phone to text Wade and get him out of town, 4.5 hours out of town to sell these hogs. So the guy ends up coming up with some kind of a deal, which I found out later. He did sell them not for the $6,100 that he was promised, but for $2,500 because Wade just really wanted to get rid of these hogs. So Reagan didn't show up at work that day, and it was really unlike her to miss work. And then she had been texting back and forth with her husband, and all of a sudden she stopped answering his calls. He called her multiple times. A neighbor saw that their garage door was open and their little dog had gotten out. And so the neighbor puts the dog back into their fence. That's when they noticed that the gate was open. Excuse me, the door. So mom, what is mom's name? Jessica. So Reagan's mom, Jessica, also could not get a hold of Reagan.
I wanted to add that her husband, Reagan's husband, Homer, got really disturbing text around this time, basically from Reagan, basically saying, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sad. This is making me depressed. I don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to be with me. I'm done.
Really?
And so he texts Reagan's mom.
Okay, so that makes sense. The doc did leave that out.
And also, do we want to do it in the chronological order, or do we want to do it as the documentary?
I'm doing it as the documentary.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure for the people who haven't heard it and those who did. Okay.
Absolutely. So Jessica gets word that her grandbaby is not at daycare, and she really knows something's wrong. So she goes to, she goes to Reagan's house, and she finds Reagan in the house. And we have a recording of how she was screaming.
It was the worst scream, like, ever, because how can you even deal with that? You know what I mean?
I cannot imagine. I really can't. The scream was horrific. And out there in the world, there's the entire thing. The documentary only played a little bit, which I'm thankful for, because as a mom, my God, I can't even imagine. She finds Reagan on the floor. She goes back outside. Her husband comes home, and she's screaming, and he's like, what's going on? And she's like, I think the older daughter is in the house somewhere, and you need to go get her. He goes in. He has to step over Reagan's body to go get the baby. They find Reagan's oldest baby in the back room, hiding in the bed.
And it is a very big possibility that she either heard or saw what happened.
Exactly. So traumatizing. I think she's 2 or 3. So in the documentary, this is when we go back to the beginning, when we found Taylor on the highway claiming that she had just given birth to a baby. So there's a hospital interrogation. I watched the entire thing. It is available online. It's an hour and 45 minutes long.
Jeez.
Like I said before, the police officer who was in there was 2 detectives, and there was a police officer with her body cam on. She really did a fantastic job. We didn't miss a second. She never let go of Taylor. But what was really interesting for me in watching this, there was a heart rate monitor above Taylor's head that I was watching. Her heart rate never got below 107. And when the detective was asking her certain questions, I could see it spike. It would go up and it would go up because the detective spoke without her answering him for about 15 minutes. It was just a steady stream from him. And he was building rapport with her, trying to make her feel comfortable to talk to him and say, maybe this was an accident. Maybe y'all got into a fight or a disagreement and she fell. Maybe she was already hurt and she asked you to take the baby out. And I can see when the things were clicking in Taylor's head and she was coming up with her story because I don't think she had one yet.
No.
And when the detective asked her certain questions, I saw her heart rate go up to 129. Like it got really, really high. So her story was that she came to talk to her, even though she had a knife in a scalpel in her purse. She was not there to hurt her. She just wanted to talk to her. And Reagan attacked her. Reagan was fighting with her, and she was like, look, there, she stuck me. And she was like searching for little cuts on her arm, on her hand. But Reagan had 15 stab wounds, 98 incised wounds, and 39 blunt force injuries that they believe came from a hammer. But you were the one who was attacked. And she said that Reagan begged her to cut her baby out because she was dying.
But she was only dying
because you attacked her.
She went there with a goal in mind.
Yes. She had a baby bag and a scalpel.
Yep. And a scalpel.
So Reagan's poor family found out that Reagan's baby had been cut out of her from Facebook.
Yeah. They did not find out any information until that point. And at that point, they just were completely heartbroken. By the time the cops showed up and the ambulances and the medics showed up to Reagan's house, they informed them that she was pregnant. When they found the body, she was laying face down. So they had to flip her to see. They flipped and they were like, the baby's gone. And the cops are like, verify what you mean by gone. Do you mean deceased or do you mean gone? And they said the baby is gone.
Yeah.
Can we please take us back to the car? The placenta. She had a placenta, Taylor, in her pants. Later on, when they viewed the placenta, they found 2 fingernails in the placenta.
Right.
2 fingernails that were not Taylor's.
I know.
That is so disturbing. And that also means that Reagan was alive.
She was alive when her stomach was open.
That is evil.
There was also injuries to the baby because of how violently she was attacked. So the baby did not survive being cut out of her mother, and also for how long it took to get the baby some help.
Yes. I'd like to also add that it took her, 45 minutes, I believe, 45 minutes to an hour to get into her car after she took the baby out of Reagan to start heading to the hospital.
The furthest away hospital.
During that time, she took the baby out. She placed the baby down. She attempted to clean the home.
Right.
With water. And she tried to give CPR to the baby. And then she headed to the hospital.
Yeah. So Taylor is such a shocking person to me because with the setup, like we said, just trying to understand her, like what is going on in her brain that she could do this. When she left when they took her from the hospital, because they immediately after she actually admitted to cutting the baby out and saying that she had a fight with Reagan, they handcuffed her and they took her to the police station. And they had a longer interview there with Texas, because she was in Oklahoma this whole time. They brought her back to Texas and questioned her there. I don't believe I wasn't able to find that full interview, but on the one from the documentary, she was doing a lot of arguing, a lot of back and forth. She could not get her story straight. But one thing that she did hold on to was that Reagan attacked her. She kept saying that. So during the trial, if you would like to talk about
the medical representative that was there, and he did the
Yeah.
that's probably what people have seen online.
So the doctor that went in, because they were waiting around for quite a while just for a doctor to come in and check Taylor because she was refusing a vaginal check, but they weren't going to let her refuse it. They had to come in there. And he came in there. The cop that had her body cam footage running, she went behind the thing, but she was still in there so we could hear everything. And he said, "Oh, does not look like a baby came out of there."
Definitively.
Definitively.
They can find out in like half a second if you've had a child.
It's so easy. And also there's blood tests. You are able to tell. But he came out and those detectives were right on the other side of that door. As soon as he opened it, he said, "Nope, no baby came out of there." So it was definitive.
Yeah. Immediately they were like, do not let her out of the room.
Because they knew they had already found Reagan.
Yes.
And they knew that there was a woman who had been murdered who was missing the baby from her belly. And now all of a sudden this woman shows up with a baby that she did not birth.
Exactly. Pretty easy to piece together what happened.
Easy. We got this. And so that's why they were not letting her go.
No.
Which I'm so glad that they found her so quickly.
I was just, I'm infuriated by the whole thing. And I'm so sad because Reagan was like a good mom.
She loved it. She loved being a mom. She loved living.
Yeah.
She had just gotten married.
She loved her husband. She loved her life.
She seemed like
so
she had
excited.
a great family. You know, she had stepdad and his sister.
Yeah.
The sister I quoted here, her name is Emily. She said, "For a demon like Taylor, hell would be easy." And I think that kind of sums it up, because I don't know how you do this to another human being. I did see that this crime is not very common. I think they said something like it's only been done 15 times since they started tracking it in the 70s or something like that. So, yeah, they will take a baby that's been born, but taking a baby from a woman is not very common. No. So to do that takes a special type of person. So during the trial, she was convicted.
Yes.
And she received death penalty.
Instantly.
She is the first woman to be put on death row in 12 years. She's the 7th woman on death row currently and the youngest.
The youngest. And she remains on death row to this day.
Yes, she does. She's going through her appeals, but they keep getting denied. I think one was denied like this week.
Well, I can tell you why.
Tell me.
So during the trial, they charged her for the unaliving of Reagan, the kidnapping of the child. The child's name was Braxton. It's about to be going to be a baby girl. The unaliving of Braxton, and she got the sentence in November 9th of 2020, I believe, right?
Okay, yeah.
So quick, actually.
Yeah, that one wasn't a hard one.
Yeah, no, it was not at all. But the evil part is that they made it known that Reagan loves sunflowers. And this seems like a crazy fact, right? But her wedding was sunflower themed. She had like little vases with sunflowers in them, and there was like orange and black. That same vase was found broken beside Reagan, by the way. But she had sunflowers everywhere. She loved sunflowers. And in the pictures that Taylor took of Reagan's wedding, Sunflowers everywhere. She's carrying a bouquet of sunflowers. So during the trial, Taylor decided to wear sunflower-themed face masks to the trial. And this is evil because this point of her loving sunflowers was brought up in trial by her family and friends and her loved ones. And she still wore it to the trials, showing zero remorse.
Zero empathy. I'm like,
none.
Does she feel? Does she have a soul?
It literally, how can it get worse? You were such an evil person. And she was seen smiling sometimes during some of the proceedings. Just, it was a pretty done deal.
Yeah.
The jury was like,
yeah, we're done here.
Yeah. There was no amount of context or no amount of like evidence that could save her because her Google histories, her actions, her past experiences, the people that went and testified against her, it was a done deal.
Yeah.
Even her mom showed up and was like, I know my daughter.
Right. Yeah.
My daughter is a compulsive liar. And Mackenzie Wynn said she's been obsessed about pregnant women since she was 13. Like, there was too much evidence there.
Good.
Too much. But then afterwards, when she was sent to prison, she was sending notes out and trying to find sugar daddies, apparently.
Really?
Yes, to get money. It's still the attention thing that we established at the beginning. It's still male attention that she is seeking.
Yeah.
Even though she is in jail, she is still seeking male validation. She's like sending explicit notes to men. All these things are checked, by the way.
Right.
Phone calls are like monitored. Every piece of mail that you send out is read.
Yes.
And in those pieces of mail, there was a hint of her trying to escape. And so they went into her cell, and in their cell, they saw color-coded floor pans of the jail and her plan to escape.
How did she even get that?
So no.
Yeah.
All of your little motions to try to get released will be denied.
Yeah. You can keep trying.
Absolutely not.
No.
And not once has she apologized. Not once has she expressed her guilt or remorse for taking a life.
2 lives.
2 lives.
Exactly.
Evil.
So this is one of the wildest cases I've ever seen. I am a true crime person. I listen to these all the time, and this is probably I cannot believe that this got by me until this documentary. So Netflix did a great job. I think that it was a well done thing, and I appreciate you doing all that research to bring this to us.
I want to give a shout out to Google and also this other podcast. I believe it's Rotten Mango. She covered this case 2 years ago.
Right.
She was on this case 2 years ago, and she provided a lot of details, actually.
Yeah.
So if you want to, like, in more depth, I believe the video was 2 hours long. If you want to go and, like, watch that and get way more information, I believe she's the person to go to for that. But
there's another one called Serialistly, like cereal. And that one also is about 2.5 hours long. And that one goes really, really in depth. And again, you can find the full hospital interrogation on YouTube as well. Just search for that. The information is out there if you want it. But if not, we provided you pretty much everything you needed to know here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what you got?
I watched this with your mom, and I had to pause it. Right when Reagan's mom showed up, and those screams, like I teared up. I just couldn't do it. And then the stepdad comes in. He raised her, and she tells him, "Don't go in." But he's got to go in. You know, he's got to go check on the baby.
On the baby.
And he sees her, and he was like, you know,
Yeah.
like it's getting to me right now. It's just terrible. You know, I got 2 girls. You know, I can't imagine that, and it was terrible. And you don't see it coming because you're thinking maybe she stole or she faked the baby. She faked having a baby. Excuse me. You know. So.
Yeah, we did not see that coming as well. That's why I wanted to tell the story in the same format that they told it, with the setup, and so we could learn as much as we could about Taylor to try to understand. There is no understanding. She, we can put labels like she's crazy, she's this, she's that, she's evil. It doesn't matter. What she did is what she did. What?
Yeah, another thing, they called experts to the stand to try to figure out and decipher her, because they were trying, like the people defending her were trying to be like, insanity, because that's always like the thing.
Right.
The experts went on there and they were like, people compared to people who may have mental disorders or situations like that do not act deliberately like this.
Right.
With intention like this. And this behavior was so consistent throughout her whole life. It's not something like that.
She's making a choice.
They're like, our biggest bet is that she had a trauma when she was around 12 or 13. And maybe this is like swayed her personality moving forward, but she is not ill.
No, she's not.
She knew what she was doing.
So I'd like to take the rest of this time to at least honor Reagan and her child.
Yeah.
And then go to the comments.
Yeah. Reagan and Braxton, they seemed like a very happy, lovely family. And Emily, Reagan's sister, got married. Didn't she? I think she got married on Reagan's wedding day.
Yes.
To honor her sister. And once Taylor was convicted, the way the family looked at it was that part is now over and we can now start to heal.
Right.
Because I don't know if I believe in justice, quote unquote. Because whether they go to prison or like your person is still not here. But to look at it like, now I can stop thinking about Taylor and I can start honoring my daughter, my sister.
That is what she said, her sister. She was like, I couldn't think about my sister without thinking about Taylor. And that just ruined everything, every memory I had about my sister. And the second she got her justice or whatever, she was like, okay, my sister was here. She existed.
Yes.
And I loved her, and I loved her children, and her husband loved her. And you can finally just start to heal, because you can't move past.
No,
you heal.
But you can heal. Yeah. So. Oh, man.
Well, hello, y'all. I know this one was a little darker and a little sadder than what we usually do, but I think it's also good to like acknowledge that things like happen. You know what I mean? Like in the world, we'd be really delusional to be like sunshine and rainbows and stuff like that
all the time.
It's not the reality, but we also just want to make sure that this is a safe place where we talk about things like this, because it's a possibility. And I know a lot of people here are like mothers and daughters.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I mean, the chat is mirroring how we felt about this the whole way through. And we really, really thank you guys for joining us today, because we just really love experiencing things with y'all and being able to talk through things with you all, because this is something to just like, it's hard to process. And so the fact that you joined us, we really, really appreciate you, and we love you. And we're going to call
it a night.
Yeah, we're going to leave this here. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys. We love you, Weirdos.